Jesus Christ. I'm the girl Jesus.
Every day I don't have to worry, for Jesus leads the way. I can feel the Holy Spirit as I travel on the road. The Lord is right beside me, regardless of the load. Jesus!
I'm applying for the job of Jesus. I think you will see from the enclosed resume and poetry that I am the single most qualified candidate in the world for this position. Jesus has been the apple of my eye my whole life, in a very mythological and not too religious way. I know Jesus was probably black and gay and a man, but the guys who put together the new recording of Jesus Christ Superstar knew to make him a woman, and I think you do too. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Amy Halloran, Girl Jesus. There's this music store in Seattle called The Trading Musician, and they sponsored a Looking for a New Jesus Christ poetry contest. I think we're looking for some kind of guitar guy, because the ad was real hippie, like this guy standing with long hair and sunglasses and a guitar around his neck. I knew they'd pick me even though I wasn't a musician, because I'm a really good writer and I wrote all these things about Jesus. I woke up really early because I was very excited. I wanted to win this contest, and I called up the store and I asked them how the person would know that they had won the contest. And the person on the other end said, "Oh, she'll know, she'll know. Who are you?" And I said, "I'm Amy." And they said, oh, well, she'll know." At 5 on the dot, I locked my car and I came into the apartment building, and I opened the door and I was staring into a video camera. My table was all done up with flowers. There was a big bucket full of flowers and a bottle of champagne, and they were a prize patrol, and they were telling me that I'd won the new Jesus Christ poetry contest, and I would go to Rome. Go to Rome, as if I were Jesus. I could be Jesus, much as anybody else. The average lapsed Catholic with a martyr complex. Who's to tell? Hosanna, hey, Zanna, 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 ho. This is the body of me. I am the body of me. Eat of the body of me. I had my trials to become Jesus, my 40 days in the desert, my temptation.
You tried to tell me God wasn't gonna heal nobody. You're a liar. Satan, you're a liar. Satan, you're a liar. Satan, you're a liar. You tried to tell me he wasn't coming back again.
Now I know I'm Jesus. Daughter relationships are always hard to sort out. It's hard to think of my mother as the Madonna. The Madonna is portrayed as someone who doesn't sin and someone who's pure, who indeed had an immaculate conception of herself. Her mother, Saint Anne, had some kind of holy delivery too. Maybe a dove came in and impregnated her, so that Mary's womb was guiltless. My parents had sex. My mother was not born in an abnormal way, nor was I. Probably Mary got pregnant in the same way. Joseph probably got drunk and forgot he fucked her. When I went to Italy, I saw what a grip the Madonna has on women. I believe the Madonna was picked as an icon for women, to bring women into the church. Otherwise, with just this crucified Jesus, what real parallel does that have to anyone's life? But if they have a Madonna figure to follow, the Madonna is the mother of suffering. She gives birth to this baby, she gives birth to hope, and then hope is crucified. So women have a real thing to identify with because they give birth to children, and children go away and suffer and die. I think that there needs to be a new Jesus who's a woman, so women can identify with her, and that this new Jesus should stand for something bigger than the suffering. The Catholic equation is to suffer is to be good and to get into heaven. And if you don't suffer in the right way, you're going to suffer for all eternity. That's a lot of hogwash, a lot of hooey. The new Jesus says that suffering shouldn't be an end to itself. Suffering isn't the only thing that'll get you into heaven. The new Jesus is far more concerned with enjoying life while you're alive.
Fuck the Pope. I thought that he would be really happy to see me, but he didn't care. I was just another one of the thousands out there. Everybody singing and no one for me. They didn't even know the girl Jesus was in the audience. I'm very offended. I wish I were Pope. I guess it's just an envy complex.
This Pope is just a fool. If I were Pope, I'd say, go ahead, have as much sex as you want. I'd say gay sex all the way. Men could still be altar boys because I think that's a really good role for men. But we'd have lots of women priests and nuns, though they'd be worshiping me instead of the old Jesus. So they'd be having a lot more fun.
I can't do anything but be Jesus. Get crucified. I don't get to wear a big white gown and a little white hat. I get crucified in the year 2000.
I'll die and rise again, with holes in my hands, big as sewer covers. I spread my word on the internet right now. That's my device. And it's a trickling out and touching everybody in the world. The girl Jesus is on the internet, all my letters. Pretty soon I'll have my confessional opened up and I'll be doling out my penance. My penance will be kind of fun. If people want to confess to me, I'll tell them to go clean the bathroom. Probably needs it anyway.